Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal, and I found a video. Ben Shapiro reacts to a new pro-abortion song. I messed up on my pausing, and it's Demi Lovato, who I know nothing about. Okay, I'm 61 years old. To me, you know, Bee Gees song. This Is Where I Came In, released in 2021, is new. And that's what happens when you get old, young people. Stuff that's over 20 years old seems new to you. So I'm going to skip ahead to where the song starts. He shows the video. Let's see. So here we go. We're going to hear the video and Ben Shapiro responding to it. Okay, first of all, honey, sucking things doesn't get you pregnant. You can go ahead and do it all you want. And, you know, if you want to be a slut and throw your legs in the air for anything with a penis, it's really stupid. That's how you get a lot of diseases. That's how you wind up getting heartbroken because you think it means more than he thinks it means. But, you know, is this what it is to you? It's about, I want to be a slut? I don't think most women who climb on the abortion table are doing it in order to celebrate being slutty trollops who throw their legs in the air for anything with a penis. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't have as low an opinion of women getting on the abortion table as Demi Lovato seems to have. If he comes, I guess I gotta be a mother. Apparently she hasn't heard of condoms or diaphragms or birth control pills or Norplant, or even pulling out, natural family planning. You know, birth control is available. You don't even have to spend money for it. You can get condoms for free at the free clinic. They're actually fairly cheap. And if he's not willing to chip in half the cost of your $9 a month birth control prescription at Walmart or Rite Aid, you know, if he's willing to pay more for movie popcorn than he is to share the cost of your birth control, you gotta be some kind of trollop to throw your legs in the air for him. That's pathetic, okay? This is absolutely pathetic. Now, I guess it's if he comes, I guess I gotta be a mother, because she doesn't want to admit that the point is, if I conceive a new human being, I gotta be a mother. Yes, you gotta be a mother. Once that new human being is created, you already are a mother. The choice isn't whether to be a mother or not. The choice is if you're going to be a good mother and protect your child, or whether you're going to be a horrible mother and kill your child. The choice about abortion isn't whether you're a mother, it's what kind of mother you are. Are you a nurturing mother or a rejecting mother? Nurture, reject. That's the choice. What kind of person do you want to be? A nurturing one or a cold-hearted rejecting one? And I also find it very interesting that the same people who are like, well, this fetus wasn't invited, so I get to kill it and get rid of it, don't have that same attitude toward people coming into the United States sneaking in uninvited. But, yeah, they're not sneaking into Demi Lovato's house. No, it's not the government owns your body, sweetheart. You can get tattoos. You can have a hysterectomy. You can get your tubes tied. You can get tattoos. You can get a boob job. You can get your tongue modified so it looks like a snake tongue. You can get elf ears. You can pig out and gain 600 pounds. You can go on a diet. It's not about your body. It's about your responsibility as a mother to a human being that you helped create. Honey, the abortion lobby's the one who thinks you're only a carbon copy, and I've talked about this before. You walk into an abortion clinic, you are a set of legs carrying a uterus in and a pair of hands with a credit card. in order to get this uterus emptied. They aren't there worrying about whether you've got medical problems, whether your mortgage is in arrears, whether you're having trouble finding childcare. They'll tick those boxes as, okay, here's why we're going to vacuum you out like a rental car. But they're not going to help you solve that problem because that's not their job. All you are to them is a uterus to be emptied and a source of cash to pay them to empty the uterus. And a lot of abortion clinics, once that fetus is gone, they totally lose interest in you. They'll let you bleed to death in the recovery room. They'll stick you in a wheelchair and shove you out the door to bleed to death. You know, if you want to be treated like a unique human being, you've got to go to a pro-life center because they have to resolve those problems that are making you think that that abortion clinic is where you need to go. They've got to help you get the mortgage out of arrears. They've got to help you get a better job. They've got to help you get childcare. They've got to help you get medical care, because if you don't do those things, you're going to climb on the abortion table. So the people who do not see you as a carbon copy, the people who see you as a unique individual with unique needs and strengths, they're running the pro-life center. The people running the abortion clinic, you are a uterus to be emptied. Full stop. Cash, womb, fetus. That's a little triangle there, and that's all they care about. Even if I'm dying, they'll still try to stop me. No, they won't. Even when abortion was criminal, if you follow this channel, if you follow my blog, I've got plenty of criminal abortion cases, or actually pre-legalization abortion cases, where either it was a good faith attempt to save her life. Woman named Erica Peterson, 1961. She had a lot of health problems. She was in an iron lung. The doctors decided to do an abortion. 1961. Abortion was not this blanket legal, whatever the hell you want. If the reason you're pregnant is because you were pulling a train at a frat party, and the reason you're having an abortion is because the frat rats don't want to pork a pregnant woman, and it would really ruin the fun of going to all these frat parties. You know, the enlightened days nowadays, if your life was in danger, they could do an abortion. And a lot of abortionists who, it didn't really strike me as a good faith attempt to save her life, nevertheless beat the rap because the prosecution did not prove that this abortion was not a good faith attempt to save her life. So if we look at pre-legal, one true, if the doctor in good faith thought that this abortion was necessary to save your life, he could do it. He wouldn't get in trouble for it. And if your life is in danger, you can end the pregnancy without directly killing the baby. If you're past viability, it's actually putting extra risk to your life to take the time to kill the baby first. My best friend's 3 kids were all the result of pregnancies that had to be terminated due to danger to her life. And those babies were all out of the womb and in the NICU within the hour. They're all grown up now. Why in the world would you first, okay, so we're going to do this emergency C-section because we need to end this pregnancy, but first let's do this additional step and take the additional time to inject digoxin into the baby's heart to kill it? That makes no sense. Prior to viability, Rick Santorum, very, very well-known pro-life legislator. His wife was pregnant at, I believe it was 19 weeks, which is before viability. Her water broke. She developed an infection. And this is the same situation they had with that woman, Savita, in Ireland. Only because the Santorums chose a pro-life doctor. They got somebody, they tried antibiotics, it wasn't working, she's got the infection, we've got to get this baby out of her. I'm really sorry. They didn't reach in with forceps and pull the baby apart and rip holes in her uterus and get that infection straight into her bloodstream, which is what you do if you did an abortion at that stage. Even putting the needle through the uterine wall to do the lethal injection before you induce labor. Again, that is risking getting infection into her bloodstream. You give her antibiotics and you induce labor, and the Santorums held their extremely premature baby and cuddled him until he died. That isn't illegal, and the pro-lifers aren't opposed to it. If you're dying, we can end the pregnancy. What you can't do is say, oh, she's got health problems. Let's make it worse. Let's do additional things to increase the risk to her just to make 100% sure that that baby's dead right this minute. So I don't know whether she's ignorant or lying. Probably ignorant, because I'm sorry, the most militant pro-choice people I know of who are not high mucky mucks in pro-abortion organizations are just taking their marching orders and their talking points from pro-abortion organizations. She probably just doesn't know better. And she hasn't thought it through. Why? Because, you know, to her, it's, I want to throw my legs in the air and, you know, screw anything with a penis. Maybe she's got the higher standards than just he has a penis. She doesn't sound like she does. Again, mine, me. That's what it's all about. Me. Baby's gotta die. Selfish. I'm not saying that that's the typical woman climbing on the abortion table. I'm telling you that's her. She's there, me. It's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. And if that baby's gonna die, good. It deserves to die because I want to throw my legs in the air for all these different guys.
Yeah, and of course she's standing on a she's gonna be burned at the stake. So basically she's saying she's swine. To get this argument straight, she's swine unless you allow her to be absolutely promiscuous and kill the baby that is produced.
Yeah, Ben's kind of got a point. Now let's hear what else he has to say.
Right, so what makes her human is actually the thing that makes her most animal. Yeah, just to actually understand the perverse logic here. The perverse logic is that being human is not about elevating yourself and taking into yourself the level of divine holiness that morality represents, including, you know, guarding the human baby inside you. That's not holy. That makes you an animal. What makes you truly a human being is to act like a pig, which is to say, to run around in filth and garbage, and then to externalize all of the consequences by killing the resulting product. If you couldn't actually hear the lyrics there, because it's very difficult, because she's just screaming them into camera, it is, God forbid I want to suck whatever the F I wanna. God.
Okay, so he's going to quote the lyrics. I'm going to kind of go ahead and see if there's anything additional here, if there's a second verse or anything, or if he's going to do anything but read the lyrics. Well, so hold on. Okay, I'm back, and Ben's going to say a few things.
The complete inversion here, the complete paganistic inversion, is insane, and it is representative of a shift in the secular morality that has taken over the country. In the 1990s, at least the left had the temerity to say safe, legal, and rare.
And I will say, they would say safe, legal, and rare. That was a talking point. They probably had a lot of focus groups to come up with that, because I've said it before. For the abortion lobby, for the abortion rights movers and shakers, for Planned Parenthood, NARAL, ACLU Reproductive Rights Project, legal is the biggie. Legal is the burger on the bun. You know, safe is optional. It's nice if you can get it, but you know, it's not necessary. Maybe that's the pickle on the side. It's nice if you can get it. And rare, if abortion's rare, first of all, if abortion's rare, it's not generating a whole lot of money, is it? And the other thing is, if it's rare, then it's not being normative. Normative is a selling point. If it's rare, then you don't have much of a political point, because hardly anybody knows any women who have climbed on the abortion table. So rare is the opposite of what the abortion lobby wants. Safe is nice if you can get it. Legal is non-negotiable, and rare is absolute no. They do not want it rare.
That abortion, what they would say, was tragic. It was a problem. We had to minimize it as much as possible, but there were certain circumstances in which you wouldn't want somebody to have a baby. Right? That was the argument of the left in the 90s. Now it is, the thing that makes me most human, the thing that makes me most authentic, is having sex with as many people as humanly possible, producing a child, and then killing it. That's what human sacrifice is. What makes you the most human. That's the thing that makes you the most human. And to deny you that makes you into an animal. It makes you swine. And then she continues. Picture your faith. Imagine your God and even your holy Bible is suddenly banned. Do you understand? I mean, so I do understand that, considering that we are now in the greatest of all months, Pride Month, in which basically religion is banned from the public square, and we're all forced to honor and bow to the great Pride Progress flag in substitution for the American flag. So yes, picture your, I mean,
I wonder if he's going to say that, notice she is elevating abortion to something sacred. Not, what if they took away your guns? What if they took away your car? What if they took away your gas stove? What if they took away your incandescent light bulbs? What if they took away your college education? What if they took away your choice of what job? No. What if they took away everything that is actually sacred, transcendent? That is what she's equating abortion to, something sacred and transcendent.
If Demi Lovato and her ilk had their way, religious Americans would literally be forced to perform same-sex marriages in churches and would be forced to bake cakes for transgender identity parties. So yes, actually. Picture your faith. Imagine your God and even your holy Bible is suddenly banned. Do you understand? Now, doesn't that sound entitled? It's your book, but it's my survival.
It's not her survival, sweetheart. It's not your survival, sweetheart. It's your lifestyle. And, you know, you can get birth control. You can keep your knees together. You can choose to have sex with men that you're actually willing to reproduce with. You can make an adoption plan. You can grow up and act like a mature woman and raise your child in a loving and nurturing manner. There are lots of things that you can do, and you'll still survive. You'll survive making an adoption plan. It's not going to kill you.
It's your survival, unless you kill a baby growing inside you. It's your survival. It seems to me that actually the survival of humanity relies on you not killing the baby inside of you.
Well, I don't think she cares about the survival of humanity. She's probably a population control zealot, hoping that everybody she cares about survives, everybody else dies off.
This notion that birth is some sort of weird thing that happens to ladies is so disconnected from reality. It's disconnected from nature. It's disconnected from everything. It's the idea that the true you is this disembodied spirit that has nothing to do with the body that you inhabit, and you have no responsibility or morality in the real world. It's an amazing thing. It's your book, but it's my survival. People don't want you to not kill the baby because of the book. They don't want you to kill a baby because killing babies is bad. Now, I would make the case that the book makes a pretty good argument for that. Because, again, attaching morality to holiness is a great way of enshrining that morality beyond question. But it turns out that the arguments on the pro-life side of the aisle are typically not with reference to the Book of Psalms. It's typically just, that's a baby, don't kill it. We gotta grow them, we gotta raise them, we gotta feed and bathe them. And if you...
No, you don't gotta feed and bathe them if you don't want to. You can make an adoption plan. You can make an adoption plan. You're allowed to make an adoption plan. Nobody said you can make an open adoption plan. So you can visit the kid. You can make an adoption plan where you leave letters for the kid. All kinds of options available to you. You're not going to die if you make an adoption plan. All we're asking you to do is just let the baby be until you can hand it off to somebody else. And odds are pretty good that in the meantime, those 9 months, you're actually going to get attached to the baby, change your mind, and be glad you didn't kill it.
Won't. They'll call you a witch to burn at the stake in Salem. Thought by now...
They'll call you a witch to burn at the stake. Demi, nobody has prosecuted the women for having abortions. They've prosecuted other women for bringing the woman in for a fatal abortion because that's accessory to murder. Murder of the mother who died. If you arranged an abortion for your sister with Dr. Hagenow, who she's a perennial on this channel, killed lots of women. You brought your sister in to Dr. Hagenow for an abortion and your sister died. Dr. Hagenow is charged with murder and you're charged as an accessory. Or you can turn state's evidence. But, yeah, she's got to ignore that.
Now they changed, but we're still waiting, she says. You got to love the juxtaposition. We got to grow them, we got to raise them, we got to feed and bathe them. If you won't, they'll call you a witch to burn at the stake. I love that. So your false dichotomy is, that you have to raise all these kids and you have to birth them, or we will kill you. Okay, so just to point out, one, you're sort of speculating the possibility of a punishment. The other, you're killing the child.
Okay, he's cutting to... We're getting an ad. Ad should be over. Back to Ben.
Like, I'll give you the countervailing point of view, like just the contrapositive of what you're arguing here. What you're arguing is basically you should be allowed to kill a kid because you don't want to grow them, raise them, or feed and bathe them. Which makes you a bad person. I'm sorry, it makes you a terrible, terrible human. Because you're not doing this in the name of your own health. You're not doing this in the name of your life is at risk. You're doing this because you want to F who you want to F. So, I mean, points to Demi Lovato for just saying the quiet part out loud here. Undercompensated, too domesticated, the F. Underestimated, overregulated, the F. First of all, the only regulations that Demi Lovato has ever been against are ones that actually preserve human life. Under-celebrated, hate-dominated, the F. We're infuriated, got us...
Hate-dominated. Don't kill little babies. If you're going to insist on killing the little babies, try not to kill the mother while you're at it. And that's hate. Okay.
Activated, get up, ever dedicated, newly motivated, and if you're awake, I'm so glad you made it. So, again, it is, the gaslighting and inversion here is truly insane. She says, quote, I want this song to empower not only the birthing people of this country. She's beyond parody.
Okay, why would abortion apply to birthing people? I thought she was wanting the pregnant person to not necessarily give birth. So why would the woman climbing on the abortion table be a birthing person? It's the opposite of a birthing person. It's an aborting person.
Really is. The birthing people... You mean women? You mean women? Because nothing empowers women like calling them birthing people. Amazing. But everyone who stands up for equality, to embrace their agency and fight for a world where every person's right to make decisions about their own body is honored.
If every person's decision to make... if every person's right to make the decision about their own body is honored, that's cutting off the limb you're sitting on because you're denying that baby literally every single choice. What you're saying is that Demi Lovato's one choice, whether she's going to be nurturing or rejecting, whether she is going to care or whether she's going to kill, that one decision at that one moment in her life trumps an entire lifetime of choices that baby could be making.
Unless you don't want to get a vaccine, in which case we are going to throw you out of your job. What a disgusting human being Demi Lovato has become. I mean, honestly, I used to feel bad for Demi Lovato because Demi Lovato is clearly a deeply troubled human being. She did a reality show where she talks to feminist ghosts who have been abused by men or something. So clearly, as a person with serious problems.
Ooh,
but when you start actually promulgating evil, and it is promulgating evil to suggest that the height of human authenticity and achievement is killing the baby inside you and screwing whoever you want. That is a terrible moral message. It is the opposite of morality. Man, again, at least they're saying the quiet part out loud now. It was no.
At least they're saying the quiet part out loud. Okay, so he's just going to wind down. So that's my take on this Demi Lovato song. I agree with what Ben Shapiro said, and I add a little to what Ben Shapiro said.